Fortnite's new 14.20 update is here, and with it comes numerous secrets and dots to connect within the storyline. From Tony Stark's new prototype of the Battle Bus, which gives us an enormous look into the live event, to the secret prisoner in the truck finally being released and into the wild, these are 10 Fortnite storyline secrets. And if you don't like this video right now, Galactus will win the war against us and destroy the entire Fortnite island. I wouldn't risk it, but anyways, on to number 10, Iron Man's Battle Bus. So probably one of the biggest bombshells since Season 4 started was Iron Man's massive plan to defeat Galactus. You might not have realized it, but there are a ton of secrets, hints, and leaks that tell us exactly what Iron Man is planning for the upcoming live event. Throughout the season, Tony Stark has been harnessing the 0 Points energy to riff friends from all over the Marvel Universe into the Fortnite island. In the Stark Industries update, Iron Man's new whiteboard and Battle Bus workshop showed us that he was indeed researching and experimenting with the Battle Bus. Combine the workshop with his 0 Point experiments and you get the brand new upgraded Battle Bus from the latest update. Yep, this is what the Battle Bus is going to turn into in the next few weeks. It looks pretty cool, and there's even a sneak peek at the new sound files for the bus, and it sounds awesome. I mean, this bus is full of secrets and hints at what could actually happen in the upcoming Galactus live event. For example, one secret you didn't know is that the Stark bus is powered by something completely different than the normal battle bus. Like I said, if you look at the original battle bus as well as the birthday battle buses, you'll notice that they are literally just buses attached to hot air balloons. So that means they're powered by gas and the flames from either the Vindertech machine or the candle. But Stark's battle bus is very different. On top, you can find some weird-looking machine on top of a blue glowing box. Our current ongoing theory is that this battle bus is actually powered by a tiny amount of controlled 0 Point energy. And that thing on top you see could either be what's holding the energy, or it could be something else. If you think the sphere thing looks familiar, it actually looks a lot like a naval mine. They're similar. It's possible that this could be a huge energy bomb. Like when I said this is a bombshell, I was speaking literally. Either Stark is planning on trying to blow up Galactus with 0 Point energy, or it's also possible he could use the battle bus as a distraction or evacuation strategy. If it has a small amount of energy on it, he could lure Galactus away from the island because, think about it, Galactus is only attracted to the energy. Number 9, Ghost foreshadow. One of the most frustrating things about Chapter 2 storyline is the utterly confusing Ghost foreshadow storyline, which took up such a big part and then ended up being just meaningless. Like, we went from an all-out war between Midas and Chaos Agent, and then it seems like it just became nothing so quickly. All we have left of Ghost and Shadow on the island are a single henchman from each team, signifying that the war is now over. All the propaganda has been taken down, and all the old locations have been stripped clean and vaults ransacked. There is barely any trace of Ghost or Shadow left, except for a few secrets. For example, the Authority was occupied by a single henchman who mourned his shadow friends, and Retail Rose Flower Shop had a back room where a lone ghost henchman resided and watched TV. Well, now the two recently met up in a gas station and had a dance battle to settle their differences. It seems they made peace with each other, as you can now find them both living out their best lives at Lazy Lake, enjoying a much-deserved vacation. This seems like Epic's way of hinting that the war between Ghost and Shadow, much like the Bears and Gnomes, has officially come to an end. It's a nice conclusion, but it kind of makes the past few months of speculating about Midas and Jules and Meowscles for all of it to go down the drain instantly. Either way, the only bit of storyline we even got in Season 3 was just Siona and Dio, and they literally didn't contribute anything to the storyline at all. Or did they? Number 8, Siona and Dio's secret. Siona and Dio have a bigger impact on the storyline than anyone might have thought. Last season, we had a random spaceship crash on the island with an astronaut named Dio stuck inside of it. As part of a quest, we repaired a spaceship and actually protected it until he was able to launch back wherever he came from. And as he flew away, he ripped it back home and even left behind some rifts for us to use. A lot of us overlooked this secret, but these rifts are essential to the storyline we have today. Most of us looked at this ancient Voyager's quest and asked what relevance this had to anything. Honestly, it seemed like a pretty pointless challenge and just felt really out of the blue for something like a water theme season. But it wasn't random. Donald Mustard doesn't do random, and everything is connected. You see, the rifts left behind by Dio on the island were the first time we ever got usable rifts in the entirety of Chapter 2's history. They were the first ever rifts on the island, and this is very important. It's not just that too, but Dio even went back home through a rift, so what is the importance of this? Well, immediately after Dio went home, we were given teasers for Season 4. And what happened in these teasers? Thor and Galactus stumbled upon, you guessed it, a rift. That's right, it was actually us helping Siona and Dio get back home which caused Galactus to find our universe in the first place. Our own quest in Season 3 set in motion the entirety of Season 4, and we didn't even know until it was too late. The Mutant Truck secret. So a weird mystery that has kept us on our toes all season is the mysterious Trask Industries truck that spawned in earlier in Season 4. When it was rifted in by Tony Stark, the truck was named a mutant containment unit and was simply just a truck stopped in the middle of the road. But very recently, whoever was inside of this thing has broken out and is roaming the island right now. And that leaves the burning question, who could it be? Or what could it be? There's a list of suspects and we need to jump into it right now. First up, we have Venom, and we know that Venom is actually confirmed to be an upcoming skin set due to a few reasons. Firstly, Venom has a leaked contrail in the files. He also has an ability you can now use in the Marvel LTM, and he's also featured on an upcoming Marvel cover. This is a Marvel Fortnite cover and it has Venom as well as Blade, who recently just came out as a skin. There's also Daredevil and Ghost Rider on here, so if Venom and Blade are already confirmed and released skins, then we're definitely seeing the other two in the future as well, and I'm excited. So the person who broke free from the truck could be Blade, it could be Venom, but it could also be another mutant. Wolverine? I mean, maybe, but he's been roaming around the map since Season 4 started, since before the truck was even added, so probably not. Whoever it is, they have a bone to pick with Trask Industries, and it leads us to our next secret, the story of the Sentinels. So we've talked a bit about the Sentinels in our other storyline videos and where exactly they came from. If you don't remember, Trask Industries is actually a big bad villain in the X-Men comics and Marvel's universe, and their sole purpose is to hunt down mutants. And there is actually a huge chance these guys might come back to life, or Trask Industries is gonna send more, based on both leaked challenges and hints from Wolverine. Wolverine has been leaving Sentinel heads around the map, one of which you can collect for his back bling challenge at Dirty Docks. There's a huge chance these things come back to life and begin either roaming the map or becoming some kind of side enemy during the live event. They could become a real pain in the butt when Galactus strikes and we're distracted by Trask Industries. A war on two fronts would not be good. Wolverine has done a good job at taking them all out so far, but I wonder what will happen if Trask sends a massive army of them to help Galactus in his mission. It's possible. I mean, they've already proven they can send Sentinels to the island because of the graveyard POIs, so what's stopping them from sending more? And while we talk about the live event, one of the most important parts is the Helicarrier. So the Helicarrier is going to be pivotal to the storyline in both the lead up and during the live event against Galactus. Basically, this thing might just be Spawn Island right now, but this huge homage to the Avengers movies is more than meets the eye. Inside of the command center, you can find an eye patch belonging to none other than Nick Fury himself, and that paired with the unusable vault 100% confirms that Nick Fury will be a henchman boss at this place, and he'll definitely drop a key card allowing you into this said vault. Not just that, but that also confirms the Helicarrier won't be the Spawn Island forever, as this thing is going to be moving closer and closer to the island until it becomes a working POI. So that leaves us asking, where will it go? Well, from leaks we know that the Helicarrier is going to be a floating POI directly above the Authority. And it makes sense considering how useless that drop has become since Jules abandoned it. During the live event, we know that the Helicarrier is where everyone will be stood to watch it. In episode 2, we talked about the Battle Pass trailer having Thor tell us that the Helicarrier is where the Avengers will form to take a stand against Galactus for good. So, all the heroes will be on the Helicarrier facing Galactus. It's only logical to guess that Galactus is going to end up smacking the Helicarrier out of the sky during the battle. No? Think about it, he could just swat the Helicarrier away like a fly and it would come crashing down on the island just to give us some much needed map changes. There's realistically only two places it would crash. My personal guesses are either obviously the Authority or even Coral Castle, considering it is right next to it right now. But with him being able to just destroy the carrier like that, it makes you wonder how big he's gonna be during the event. Now it's time to talk about Galactus's leaked secret. So how big will Galactus be? In the comics, he's literally one of the most powerful villains out there because of his sheer size and the fact he's big enough to just straight up eat planets for breakfast. I mean, just look at this dude, he's massive. There's absolutely no way he's gonna be this big in the game, right? Well, actually, he could be bigger than anything we've ever seen in Fortnite, and we know this thanks to a ton of evidence and even hints from Epic Games themselves. Justin Holt, a senior artist at Epic Games, actually said that modeling Galactus was a massive task because of how detailed they had to make him, and that he was quote-unquote monstrous to paint compared to anything they've ever done. So why would Galactus have to be so detailed and monstrous to paint? It's a pretty simple question to answer when you think about it. I mean, well, there's literally only one answer. It's because he's gonna be ginormous. There's also another hint as to how big he's gonna be in the spectrogram for last season's teasers. The audio file showed a picture of Galactus with the island below him, hinting at just how massive he's actually gonna be. So full looping here, hitting something like a helicarrier out of the sky is gonna be easy peasy, which brings us to the thing you've all been waiting for. What will happen when the helicarrier crashes into the island? My bet, it'll expose the 0 point. So where is the 0 point? Our bet is that it's sitting under the Authority right under the map. I mean, why else would Midas choose specifically to set up the agency there after researching? Why would the helicarrier be moving there as if it was almost protecting it? How did Midas's machine get all that energy if it wasn't powered by the 0 point directly under it? And also, if you remember, the old 0 point was located in a vault underneath a house island on Loot Lake, just like the original house island before the agency replaced it. It seems like too many coincidences to not be massive hints that the 0 point is indeed underneath the Authority. I mentioned the floating island, right? And you know how the floating island literally uncovered the vault for us? Well, the floating island has more relevance than ever because the Perma Riff got re-added to the files. Alright, so do you guys remember that weird Perma Riff that was leaked and we all thought it had something to do with a Season 3 live event? Well, it's actually been re-added into the files with the latest update, and this is the exact riff that the floating island created when it found the 0 point. If Epic is planning on reusing this, it would mean that the 0 point is indeed going to be found, like I theorized, at the Authority. If I'm wrong about this, feel free to spam me on Twitter with this clip after the event, but I'm kinda confident. And all this leads us to something that all players have seemed to miss, and that is the Collector. So Tony Stark has rifted a ton of places to the island as backup for the fight against Galactus. But it leaves one burning question. Why would he rift the Collector? Well, actually, the Collector is an ancient being who might not be good at fighting, but he is very, very knowledgeable about Marvel's universe. Because of this and his history in the comics, the Collector actually knows exactly how to defeat Galactus, and he's probably working with Tony Stark to devise a scheme to stop him from devouring the 0 point for good. It's pretty interesting that the museum is full of classic Fortnite items. It implies that the Collector has probably been here before in Chapter 1 and added a ton of stuff from the island to his collection over the years. We have a small taste of the Collector's collection, which feels weird saying that out loud, but who knows, there could be something up his sleeve to help us in our battle, and that is how we'll defeat Galactus. Thanks for watching, click on screen right now. This has been Tommy, and you're watching Top 5 Gaming.